Well, Kenny, thanks for joining us. That game had everything but goals.
Yeah, it's slightly frustrating at the end for us. I thought first half was quite cagey, 50-50. They do carry a threat. Obviously, Danny Johnson coming back to his old club, and Oakes, who's a really good scorer in the National League last year. So they have got some firepower, definitely. And for us anyway, at half time we did feel we needed to up it. And we did. I thought second half we were very, very good. Created a high number of chances, a very good and sort of incisive way up until the final third, without even being able to find that final ball or the finish. And that's something that we've been very good at so far this season. But for our forward players, if you like, there's plenty of situations, and I do think they've got the quality to score goals. Unfortunately, in the second half, it wasn't quite their day, and we couldn't get the first goal for a set piece either today.
It was a busy afternoon for the referee Benjamin Speedy. I made it 4 penalty appeals for the O's. The strongest seemed to be the first, the handball with Hewitt.
Yeah, there's certainly I think 2 where it went ball to hand, and is it or isn't it? We have to accept the referee's decision anyway. But what I do know is if you keep creating good situations, then the percentages do work for you. And whether we should have had penalties or not is irrelevant now, because he didn't give it. But from my point of view, you have to keep getting into those situations, and things will work out for you, definitely. And we did enough today without being able to find that final ball, that finish. But we have the players to do that, and they have. If you take Tom James, for example, forget about the forwards, but Tom's scored a key goal and a high amount of assists. He got himself into a great position, started the second half, and then repeatedly down the right hand side has been a good provider for us. And if we keep doing that, we do know his quality is there. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite select the right ball at the right time today.
The substitutes almost had the impact you wanted as well, particularly Saturio, denied by the woodwork.
Yeah, and this is exactly the situation that you're putting him on for. And he's dipped to head it when he thought it was an easy volley. But he's very, very good in the box. We all know that, and I can tell with the reaction of the crowd when he's around that there's perhaps a goal coming. So he's well rated here, and then my short time here so far, the goal against Bradford was a key one and a big one, and that chance he just couldn't quite put the right side of the post. But for forwards, if they do get chances and opportunities, then I do think goals follow, and there's shots, opportunities for all of our players today.
Very quiet afternoon for Dan Johnson as we turn to Brisbane Road, and that was because of the defenders, and they defended so well.
Yeah, we've got a decent number of clean sheets now in a run of games from probably Newport onwards, where it was our first game with 3 at the back, but we've been pretty solid and not given Lawrence a lot to do. We're looking early games, Salford, Lawrence was excellent, Carlisle, maybe Harrogate, but we have tightened up definitely defensively, and that's been a good part and a base to go off. But it is only a base, and then you want to be able to build on that and go forward.
You've already mentioned the contribution that Tom James has made this season. I make it that he can't play against Port Vale, having picked up that yellow card late in the game.
Yeah, that's his 5th booking, and he'll be unavailable for 1 game, which, as you say, is Port Vale.
Have you got an idea of how you would replace it? There are options there, aren't there?
Yeah, there are options, and you have to get round these things. Injuries, suspensions, they do happen, and when it comes, we'll be organised and we'll be ready, definitely.
Any injuries picked up today?
I don't think so. Initially, we are okay, and hopefully now for a run of away games. A lot of draws in our division. All the top 3 all drew 0-0. So it's very tight. We know that. We want to develop consistency. Performance-wise, we were good today. Maybe just that final ball, that finish. But similarly, I do think if we play like that, in terms of 0 to 97 minutes as it was, there was a lot right about our performance that we can build on going forward.
Another 5,000 plus crowd and a terrific atmosphere.
Yeah, there was, and in the second half they were doing everything they can to assist the players, and great to see them get behind the lads. Frustrating that we couldn't give them the 3 points that they wanted.
Finally for me, can I have an update on the longer term injuries, Adam Thompson and of course Paul Smith?
Yeah, Paul Smith will be training next week, which is a good one, and been a frustrating season for him so far, and for our front line will be a good addition. For Adam Thompson, it's a little bit longer, maybe another week or two to train in.
And Riley wasn't on the bench?
Yeah, Riley has a groin injury, and he certainly won't be around for the next 3 games.